I was never the biggest Central C fan. I've got to be honest. I didn't really get it at first when he came out, and like all things, I'm very skeptical. Like similar to what Big Up Josie in the random channel said before. Whenever Josie sees anybody, whenever she sees anybody online or a prominent celebrity and they've lost a bunch of weight, she automatically assumes it's Ozempic. Always Ozempic. And for me, whenever I see somebody burst really quickly, I always assume it's an industry plant. Always. Okay, industry plant thing. I never kind of, can never picture in my head that this person was grinding and doing the bits, uploading online, not getting any plays before I heard of them. And then now they're blowing, I've obviously heard of them. I never think it's organic. I always think something is always kind of, there's always some fugazi shit going on behind the scenes. Now, when it comes to Central C, that might be the case. He may still be an industry plant. We never know. But when it comes to his talent, when it comes to his ability to put together songs, when it comes to his ability to put together albums, as he's proved with this debut album, I have to say, he might be him. Central C might be him. For his ability to avoid loads of public beefs, stay out of trouble, not go to prison during his peak, which is a big deal, because I'm a big fan of Digga D. I think Digga D might be the most talented artist, rapper to come out of the UK since this whole like drill thing has gone on. But Digga D has kind of wasted his career because he's been in and out in pen, right? You can't stay out of trouble. He's always kind of in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's kind of fucked up his momentum. Same goes for Lowski. So all these people are just like super talented, but aren't going to get anywhere because they can't just focus on the music. Same goes for KO, right? KO, the recent guy who kind of recently got put in prison because of that recent hit that happened, right? And I played you a freestyle of his as well. So you have to give Central C a lot of credit for keeping his head down and focusing on his craft. And based on this album, based on the different flows, based on the different types of records, based on the content of what he's saying, based on the vibe, the features, the length of the project, I have to say Central C's Can't Rush Greatness is the best debut of any rapper, grime, UK drill, whatever you want to categorize it, since Dizzy Rascal Boy in the Corner. I repeat, Central C's Can't Rush Greatness is the best debut album from any rapper from the UK since Dizzy Rascal's Boy in the Corner. It's phenomenal. Top to bottom, phenomenal. And I wasn't expecting much. I just hoped for a couple of good tunes here and there that I could slap on my playlist for my gym thing. But I listened to the whole thing in the gym and I was tempted so bad. Like one of my best tests, because when I go to the gym and play albums, usually I just let it play all the way through. I don't ever touch my phone because I want to focus on my workout. I don't want to be on my phone all the time. So I just press play as soon as I'm about to start my workout, even the warm up, leave my phone on the ground. And then, I'm pushing my weights. I was so tempted to wheel up a couple of tunes. So tempted to double check what the fucking song title is. Because sometimes I have my phone in auto lock, so I won't see what the title of the song is. I'll be like, who the fuck is this? This is sick. I love this feature. It slaps from top to bottom, man. The intro, the record with fucking Young Miko, who I think I might have heard first on a Bad Bunny album, if I'm not mistaken, the Spanish rapper. I think so. Again, have no idea what Young Miko is saying on that record, but it sounds like fucking fire. Absolutely crazy. If anything, I think even the singles, they sound a lot better in the album flow in sequence than they do as singles. I wasn't really the biggest fan of GBP with Central C. With 21 Savage. I didn't like it at all personally. I thought the video was pretty decent, but I didn't really like the song. I thought the song was a bit meh, personally for me. And the chorus a bit repetitive. But the song hits a lot better when you listen to it in sequence of the album. My favorite song on there, and definitely it's going to be my song of the day, is Top Freestyle. I think Top Freestyle, the contents of it speaks to me entirely. He absolutely destroyed that song. He was skating all over it, honestly. Skated all over it. Top Freestyle is definitely my favorite song there. CRG with Dave is really stellar as well. Maybe not Dave's best feature in the world, but still stellar. The song with Little Durk, Truth in the Lies, banging. The other song I actually like, that's going to be a little bit cringy for some people, Gen Z Love. I fucking love Gen Z Love. I'm not going to lie. I think Gen Z Love is an absolute slapper. I think the kids are going to love that one. That is a tune and a half. Like, he's actually made he's made a ladies tune without it sounding too soppy. There's actually a song on here too where he sings. Yeah, that's a Lil Durk one. Because I've never heard them, Central C do the whole singing thing. The song with Lil Durk where he's singing, like, he sounds kind of decent. I'm not going to lie. Sounds kind of decent. Not a Young Ads or anything, but still decent enough. The Lil Baby song, again, one of Lil Baby's best features. Actually, no. Lil Baby's best feature is a song that didn't release. It's a song that he did with Fuzi Tube. If you would kind of try and entertain that, he did a song with Fuzi that didn't get released in the end, but it might be his best verse he's done in a long fucking time, which is crazy because the albums are a bit, meaty, but the features that Lil Baby's been putting out have been pretty decent still. So I like Band for Band with Central C. Obviously, Wagwan with that lyrics. You've seen fucking Cucurella out there spitting the fucking Band for Band lyrics at Central C after the Chelsea game.
What that mean for the Maybach track?
And then what else I do like? Don't Know Anymore, Must Be, all decent as well. And obviously the song with Skepta, 10,000 hours, but it's called 10. That also speaks to me. Those are some of my favorite tracks on there. The Young Miko track, track number 3. I'm gonna say Truth in the Lies with Central with Little Durk. I also love 10, Gen Z Love, and Top Freestyle. But what a great album! What a great album! 17 tracks. It comes in at about 49 minutes. It doesn't even feel like 17, and it flows really well. And he doesn't sound boring. He doesn't sound the same. He doesn't sound like he's like repeating himself. And the message as well is pretty decent. The message as well live is pretty decent. I love the video, Limitless, by the way. I love that Limitless is becoming this thing in the hood, especially. It's becoming like its own kind of cult movie classic, which I've always loved. I've always loved Limitless. Big up Bradley Cooper. I think that movie Limitless, like whenever I was low on inspiration, low on motivation, like I would legitimately back in the day when I was fucking listening to Tony Robbins and all those type of guys, when I'd be watching fucking Gary Vee channels, I'd be watching fucking Limitless on loop to get me motivated to kind of do shit. Because yes, Limitless is about this guy that takes this drug called NZT that unlocks this other percentage of your brain that you don't fucking use as dormant. But the message you take away from Limitless is the fact that there's so much more that you can accomplish. You don't know that you have no idea the ends of your ability, the ends of what you could achieve if you actually push yourself, you actually dedicate and concentrate and kind of knuckle down and put your head down and focus, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of the message to take away from it. And obviously it also shows how isolating fame, success, and getting what you really want can be. Because Bradley Cooper starts off being a bit of a loser, who everyone doesn't really believe in, then he suddenly becomes this winner, he becomes more attractive, he becomes more employable, he's getting all these awards. But the fame and the success and the intellect and whatever, the IQ, it starts to isolate him from everybody around it because he's just too smart for everybody else's own good. He starts to like the smell of his own farts. But I think that movie is fucking great, and it's good to see that others in the hood especially agree with that regard. So I really fucking love Can't Rush Greatness. I love the videos. I also love the videos of Limitless where he's like, because I think I read in the interview, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, which is pretty evident, to be fair, because of how he sounds, because of how consistent he is, because of how like on his business he seems to be. Because on the record he mentioned sometimes where he said that, oh, I'm up like 25 mil, which is a lot considering how short he's been in the game. But it makes sense because he's taken advantage of every opportunity, because he's not been in pen, he's not had to sit down for any length of time. He's been able to capitalize on every bit of momentum and kind of go, doing the America thing, the Drake co-sign, Skepta shit, fashion shows, his own collections, Nike stuff, Core T stuff. He hasn't missed out on any opportunity. So he's been able to just stack up cash quickly, which has been pretty sick to watch. So I do like the fact that he's kind of a bit different from the other kind of, you'd guess, UK drill artists, in that he's a little bit more, even though he's not clean cut, he's more presentable in that regard because of how he kind of carries himself. The no drinking, no smoking thing is really refreshing. I like that he's got, I think he mentioned in an interview somewhere that he's bought a house. I think that's part of the theme of the record, which I pretty like, to be fair. A lot of these rappers are talking about buying houses, having no neighbors. That's the flex. Not buying, because I think in the content world, in the UK it's different. I'm not sure if it's the same in the US, but in the UK world, a lot of content creators, a lot of influencers want to own apartments in like Greenwich and stuff, like want to own apartments in like these private, I forgot what the buildings are called, but there's buildings in London. I think there's a flat somewhere in South London where there's these flats that are like private and they're really expensive, and basically people live there because they've got loads of amenities. They have like home theaters and restaurants, all this sort of bougie shit. So a lot of influencers like to live in those type of places because of the location, the postcode, maybe the rooms are a certain way, you got the view looking out to the River Thames and shit. But I guess these rappers, I think Dave mentioned it, and Central C, they are more on the wave of like living in a house with no neighbors. So basically on your own estate with like farmland around it. So it's pretty cool to see him actually at the location, because it looks like that's one of the houses featured in the video when they're driving the range and shit. And he's working out, you know, which is pretty sick as well to see. Everyone's doing calisthenics, which is a big thing, but I've noticed too, especially in the gym that I go to, the pure gym that I go to, all the kids that look like they're under 25, they are bang on the calisthenics. They rarely come over to the weights. Everybody's at the calisthenics. If anything, the most they're doing is like the pulley. Is it pulleys or the ropes things, right? That's the most thing that they're using. But most of them are doing pull-ups. They're bang on the pull-ups, the bang on bodyweight shit. Like all the kids are doing that, which kind of probably makes sense if you want to look ripped in a Nike Tech fleece. You probably don't want to be doing what I'm doing and doing overhead presses and big squats. You probably just want to make sure that you kind of, you know, tone up what you already have. So it's pretty cool to see that in that video. And yeah, in general, just to kind of see him around his kind of crew and shit was quite cool in that video itself. But I really recommend you check it out. If you're not a fan of Central C, I think this will make you more of a fan. If you know what he's about, you're gonna like it anyway. Even the cover is hard as fuck, personally. I think the cover is probably one of the best covers I've seen in a fucking long time. It's the kind of cover you'd want to have in vinyl, right? With his fucking hands up, with the Can't Rush Greatness as a jewelry. That amazing fucking Queen Elizabeth piece he has is absolutely fucking splendid. I love everything about it. Really recommend you check it out. Really amazing album. Like I said, I think it's the best debut project I've heard from a UK rapper artist since Dizzy Rascal's Boy in the Corner. He mentions that it's not too easy to do that because everybody's dead. But I think there was somewhat a lot of pressure on him for this album. I don't think there's much pressure as some people like Mimi the music blogger was trying to make out to be. There was a lot of pressure in terms of like living up to that hype. And I think he delivered. He delivered, he exceeded it, in my personal opinion. I think fucking killed it. So big up Central C. Love the album. Can't Rush Greatness. Available now on all digital streaming platforms. Don't delay. Don't delay.